You know, when we look back at human history, one thing becomes abundantly clear. Incredible things have happened because of ambitious individuals or groups. They didn't let the word impossible stop them. In fact, they plowed ahead despite the odds. Take, for instance, Neil Armstrong, the man who took that famous giant leap for mankind when he set foot on the moon in the 1960s. Can you even fathom the impossibilities they faced during the Apollo 11 mission? I mean, think about it. Back then, space technology was in its infancy. Computers were the size of rooms, and communication networks were far from global. And those spacesuits, they were something out of a sci-fi movie. If I were in Armstrong's shoes, I might have questioned the whole idea. I mean, it was the 1960s, and the moon was light years away, figuratively speaking, in terms of technology. And let's not forget the incredible Amelia Earhart, a woman who dared to challenge the norms of her time. In a male-dominated field like aviation, she didn't have a lot of money to kickstart her flying career, and there weren't many female pilots to look up to. Flying was risky back then, and people seriously doubted women could do it. But folks, she persevered. She showed the world that nothing should hold you back from pursuing your dreams, no matter how impossible they may seem. Now, when we think about successful people, it's easy to assume they had it easy, right? But not always. Take the legendary inventor Thomas Edison, for instance. This guy had every disadvantage thrown at him. He was deaf, kicked out of school, and his mom had to be his teacher. Plus, the technology back then was like light years behind what we have now. Creating a working light bulb was a mammoth task. Edison's team went through thousands of experiments, and some folks even thought he was just wasting time. Plus, there were some real dangers involved, like electric shocks and fires. Money? Yeah, that was a big issue too. He had to hustle for funds, and he had fierce competition from other inventors like that guy Nikola Tesla. And then there's James Glaisher, the English meteorologist and aeronaut. This guy was determined to take high-altitude balloon flights to gather meteorological data in the 19th century. Imagine ascending to altitudes of over 30,000 feet in a balloon back then. At those heights, the air is super thin and oxygen levels drop dangerously low. It made collecting scientific data a crazy challenge. People thought it was beyond reason, but he did it. That's the beauty of pushing boundaries. So here's the deal, folks. We should never label something as impossible because it can stifle innovation and creativity. If famous inventors and thinkers had dismissed ideas as impossible, we might not have made progress in fields like medicine, space, technology, and more. Embrace the idea that almost anything is achievable, even if it seems tough at first. It's all about pushing the boundaries of what's possible. History has proven time and time again that remarkable accomplishments are well within our reach. The dreams we envision and work towards can and often do become a reality. I remember this one story I came across about a Gurkha soldier. He navigated his way out of a dense jungle with nothing but a map. Now here's the twist. It was a map of London, not the jungle he was in. This story got me excited because it shows that self-belief, no matter how seemingly absurd, can be the antidote to self-doubt. This soldier believed in himself, and with an entirely incorrect map, he still found his way. It's a message that makes me reflect daily. But here's the thing, there's a delicate balance between self-belief and realism. It's like a double-edged sword. It can propel us towards our goals, but sometimes when we believe something will unquestionably happen, it can lead to self-sabotage. You know, there's a story about James Stockdale, a POW during the Vietnam War. He talked about how those who clung to unrealistic hopes suffered the most. And Viktor Franklin's story about man's search for meaning illustrates this too. Believing in liberation on a specific date led to a tragic outcome for his friend. His friend had a dream that in a specific day they'll be liberated, but as that time approached, the coming news proved the opposite. Frankel's friend got fever and died because he faced the harsh reality of life. So what should you do when navigating this delicate balance between self-belief and realism? Well, stay tuned for the second part of this video where I'll explore the wisdom of grain minds to find the answer to that question. This is a message first to myself and secondly to all those who share this anxiety. We are all in this together. Your dreams are not impossible, so hang in there and let's figure this out. Don't forget to watch my next video, how Sylvester Stallone brought Rocky Balboa to life.